Before Killen could question Tolo on this, the weevil swooped down from the ceiling, aiming for the tunnel's entrance, where we were standing. We ran quickly into the heart of the tunnel, while somehow getting separated from one another. Finding nooks and crannies to hide in, one by one they found us all, carrying us off in their talons like an eagle would a rabbit or fish. We didn't try to get away, for fear of being dropped on the rocks below. They flew us back into the cave where the Gurk dwelled, flying us up into the ceiling area where we couldn't see anything because of the darkness. They seemed to know a way past the ceiling as we entered the darkness. Finally, after a few minutes, at the time it seemed like hours, the weevils dropped us on solid ground. We got up to run, but another weevil was blocking the way. Januka seemed to know this one as he said, "Narku." The weevil gave a smirk to him as he said, "Put them into the dungeon." The weevils with their raven, like wings snarled with foam sliding from their half-open mouths, showing their blood-stained teeth, we were brought into a dim-lit passage, where thick wooden doors hung on the walls. Each had a special lock that was opened by either Lady Lanu or her most trustworthy weevils. The head weevil was already at the door, where we were to be imprisoned. The door, already unlocked, was opened with the weevil's large raven, like hands. We watched for a sign from Tolo to fight our way out, but he just walked in as though he had given up. With no choice, we followed one by one into the cell. Januka was barely in when they slammed the door shut. He turned around quickly with a snarl, looking out the bars that were on the wooden door, seeing the lead weevil's eyes. Januka watched as the weevil began to walk away. Even a weevil with no soul is still a weevil on the outside. You can't change that. Januka turned to see us staring at him. He put his feet down from the door and began climbing the walls and pillars, looking for a way to escape. While Januka searched frantically, Killen went over to where Tolo was lying. "Tolo, I know you are full with a great tiredness from the blood pendant's curse, but what are we to do?" To which he replied, "I have my ways. There will be a sign when the time is right. Till then I will rest." Januka jumped from the ceiling by retracting his claws from the wood crossbars, landing beside Killen. "Talking angrily, how can you be sure are we expected to stay here till you decide to live or die? A weevil can't be caged, they go mad." Tolo said with a yawn, "Januka, I know you don't trust in my words, but be patient and rest. The time will go quickly." Januka snuffed at the words as he smelled around the stones for perhaps a hidden passageway. "Januka, you will find no passageway here. I've been in these cells. There is no escaping them unless you know who to trust," came Tolo's tired explanation. Januka was growing tired of these mind games. In anger we watched him grab a cloth from the floor, shaking it in the air madly, ripping it with his sharp teeth. Killen decided for now it was best to listen to Tolo. He went to lie down, when he noticed Lily watching something on the ground where Januka had picked up the cloth. It was a bundle of white fur curled in a ball. Lily drew nearer, and leaned over top of the fur to see if it was still alive. Januka, now tired after venting all his anger out on the cloth, put the remaining part on the ground, then circled the body of the animal. "It's Pilpo. Is he alive?" Januka bent closer, putting his wet nose on the animal, rolling it over, revealing a small white weevil pup. Lily could now see two small fuzz-covered wings. She bent down on her knees, putting her head to the side of the pup. "I think I hear his heart beating. I think he's just cold. Let's warm him up and see if he comes around." Taking what was left of the cloth, folding it into a thick small square, she laid it on the ground, placing the pup on it. Januka curled his body around the pup, watching for any signs of him moving. Half an hour went by. There seemed to be no improvement. We all watched, fearing the pup would die. A few hours went by. Our hopes slowly were being crushed. Without reason, Januka said, "Lily, come. I think he's coming out of it." He began to lick the pup's face frantically. Lily came over in time to see the pup open his eyes and begin to shake. Januka looking at the pup with relief. "It's okay, I'll protect you." The pup shook terribly as he began to warm up. Januka's body heat was comforting to the pup. When the pup stopped shivering, Januka asked, "I saw the others, but I didn't see my son. Where is he, do you know? Is he imprisoned as well?" The pup got up, shaking the last bit of cold from his body. Lily hadn't noticed before, but the pup only had 3 legs. The pup said in a childlike voice, "Sarlo is now bad. He is now part of Lady Lanu's army." She saw me in the pup's rank, and commanded them to place me in here with no food or water. My brothers and sisters did as she said, for fear of her, but now they work for her for rewards. But a pup, ranking in the army, why? Asked Janooka. The pup questioned. What weevil would kill their own pup? They would let the pup kill them first. Janooka said nothing. He just laid down with his eyes lowered. The pup went to me and asked, Do you have a kill? My stomach aches. I fished around in my pockets until I found the crumbled cookies grandmother baked. I put the pieces in my hand. I'm afraid this is all I have. It's not a kill and it's not much, but it will help stop the aching. The pup gobbled up every crumb, licking my hand clean of any missed pieces. He laid back down by Janooka and said, Food is thrown in here every day, but I don't eat it. I think it's poisoned. In the morning it's gone. Janooka didn't pay no mind to what the pup said. He was too ashamed and confused, even if they had saved the pup. If they were successful in saving the other pups, they'd never be the same. How could they be the future leaders of the clan? Maybe it was for the best if the weevils died out.